Hello, coming in to do another fibro video now that I have the energy to actually talk a little bit about what happens when we have energy as people with chronic pain and fatigue. So I think I'm hopefully not just speaking about myself and my experiences when I say that when I feel okay or when I'm medicated to a certain level, I almost feel manic. I feel like, wow, I have all this energy, I have to get everything done now. And I'm noticing, especially lately, that it's getting almost kind of scary how freaked out I get to just want to do everything that I possibly can. So you're not alone if that's something that you're going through. And especially the feeling of, you know, like hopelessness because you're in so much pain all the time that you can't get anything done is not fun. It's never going to be fun. That won't get better. But what can get better through lists and planning and hopefully at least knowing some part of how your schedule goes every week. Sometimes that's impossible, I totally understand, especially if you've got kids and a schedule that's not consistent with work. Try and plan out as much as you can. Make notes. I have notes everywhere on everything. I put sticky notes everywhere. I will write down simple things like even dusting the top of one dresser so that's done for the day. But you have to recognize that when you become that manic, crazy person and think you have to do everything at once, it's backfiring because then you're using all of your energy at once. And the medication that you've taken, be it narcotics, if you smoke, if whatever you do to get that pain down, that's for the pain. That's not for your energy level. And just because you feel okay, it really does shoot you in the foot. It shoots me in the foot every week, and it's something that I'm really trying to work on to slow down and stop feeling like I'm responsible for everything every day, you know, cleaning the whole house top to bottom every day. It's not gonna happen. Going to work, going to school, getting everything done all at once, not gonna happen. Never gonna happen. That's kind of what we have to deal with now, and that's totally fine. But like I said, lists are incredibly, incredibly helpful for me, especially when it comes to that like manic level where I feel like my eyes are bugging out of my head because I've got to get everything done now because I have the energy and I feel great. Stop and smell the roses. The laundry's still gonna be there. The dishes are still gonna be there, you know? Those things are shitty, we hate them being there, and that is what it is. But when you have that energy, stop and like do some self-care instead of automatically going to cleaning the house or cleaning out the car or doing as much homework as you can all at once, or, you know, going to the gym and going crazy because you feel like you have the energy. You have to do some form of like slowing down to kind of actually enjoy the fact that you have that energy for once. And I know that's incredibly difficult, but like I said, the amount of like manic, crazy energy that I get when I feel okay, especially the past, I don't know, 2 months maybe, is crazy. And I feel actually nuts. I feel like I'm speaking a mile a minute and I can't make it stop, and just because I feel good and I feel like I have to tell everybody everything that's been going on, because I know that when I don't feel good, picking up the phone to even call my grandfather for his birthday was like pulling teeth. I didn't necessarily feel bad that day, but the chronic fatigue had me down so far that picking up the phone to call my grandfather for his birthday was excruciating. Sometimes it feels like, well, I know that getting in the shower for me is miserable. Some days it's like the worst idea in the world because I know I'm gonna hurt worse when I get out. But even like brushing my hair, even though it is crazy, even when it's done, yes, it is done now. Stupid things like that, taking the dogs out to go to the bathroom, it can feel like it's dragging you completely down. So when you have the energy, you you really have to plan out your time and recognize that, like, when you don't have the energy again, your body is now under depleted. It is below basement level for energy and way above, you know, the roof as far as pain goes because you've overdone it. So my biggest tip is just to kind of chill out and recognize that, like, you know, it's all gonna still be there, and put the most important things that you need to get done, paperwork, putting things in the mail, paying bills, put those things on a list, and don't put them in one huge block. Because for me, if I put pay bills, my inner struggling person with chronic fatigue goes, oh my God, there's so much to do. If you put pay the water bill, 5 minutes, you got it, right? If you can do that online, 5 minutes. That's not an overwhelming amount of time. That's not an overwhelming task. So break things down, put them in a list, try and kind of even things out, even when you don't have the energy from chronic fatigue, or if you're in pain. Just very, very small things do add up, and then when you have the energy and you're feeling kind of manic, I don't know, I can't be the only one who does that, you can kind of even it out, and then it's not such a huge deal that you know, that you have energy and then there's this huge list. Because if you're doing at least a little bit every day, it's a huge help to yourself when you do feel better, and then you can actually enjoy yourself instead of running around and feeling like you need to do all these essential tasks that you've avoided. So break down the day and try and schedule things. Schedule things down to putting a reminder in your phone for like 5 o'clock tomorrow to pay whatever bill, and then, you know, that's done. Or, you know, go get the oil change, or when you're doing that, do some, you know, there are ways that we can plan our days to help us instead of hurt us and make us more miserable in this. So again, you're not alone, and these are just some of my experiences. So when you get those manic, like, I have energy, what am I gonna do? I need to do everything. Don't do everything. It is hurting you, it is pushing you backwards, and it's just not, it's not good for you, and it's not good for the people around you, because then you're more miserable on the other end of it. So yeah, just slow things down and try and plan and kind of chill out a little bit about everything. The pain's gonna be there whether the energy is or not. So yeah, fight through it and make it work every day is just what we have to do.